is Jeremy Pointsnow. I'm a fifth year here at San Diego State entrepreneurship major, and I went legally blind my sophomore year at San Diego State. I went blind due to a rare hereditary disease called Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, or LHON. It happens to 1 in 50,000 people, and I turned 19, and in a matter of 2 months my sight went from 20/20 to where it is now. I'm legally blind with no central vision, so it's kind of, if you put your hands in front of your face, all of this is completely blurry, but I have, kind of all of my peripheral vision, so I kind of compare my vision to a donut. I don't have the whole center part, but I have the whole donut, if that makes sense. So to somewhat see you, I have to look above you and stuff like that.
When you first went blind, how did you react?
When I first went blind, I was depressed and devastated and kind of thought, why me? Especially at 19, because normally when you go blind, it's usually at a young age or when you're a lot older, but at 19 I was in the prime of my life and, enjoying the college life, and then to go legally blind in 2 months, I wasn't really ready to prepare for it, so I was very depressed, and it was a tough situation to go through.
And how did you cope with the depression that you felt? How have you been able to accommodate your life to, living the happy, positive life you live today?
Yeah, I could tell that I was very negative and depressed for a while, and it was during the winter break from my first semester to second semester, sophomore year, and I could tell it was kind of like draining my parents and my brother and sister, and I was just like, it's kind of taking a toll on them. I was just being so negative and so bummed out and dwelling about my situation, and I realized through things that things could always be worse, and no matter what you go through, there are always things that could be worse. And it was when I started to take that attitude, I started to become more positive with my situation. And it's kind of funny, the more positive you are with things in life, the kind of better I think things end up happening. I've had a better attitude with it, and I've gotten great opportunities from it, and I'm a lot happier now legally blind, and I've done so many cooler things in the past 3 years being legally blind that I did the first 19 years of my life fully sighted.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the small adjustments that you've made in your life? How do you go about doing schoolwork, counting money, answering text messages, things that people kind of take for granted when they do have sight?
Oh yeah, when you have sight, you take a lot of things for granted, for sure. I need to use assistive technology to be able to see things. I say the 3 things I'm no longer able to do. I'm no longer able to read without assistive technology or, a lot of magnification. I'm no longer able to drive, and I'm no longer able to distinguish faces. So to see some things, this is my CCTV, and with that it's a 22-inch monitor, and I can put my cell phone underneath it to see, to kind of read my cell phone. Wednesday, November 30th, 6:11 p.m. And that's what I need to do to be able to see these things. I can slide a piece of paper underneath it as well and read whatever is there by doing that. I think it changed colors on these side. You click the button and it'll change colors, but there you go. So that's me looking over my major and when I can get out of here. But that's what I need to use to read things here, and when I take tests, I go to testing accommodations, and a special thing like that in the room for me to do those things. So I do the other devices that I use. I have something called the Mini, and that's something I'll just keep in my pocket sometimes when I'm traveling or just in general, and I can just turn that on, and it magnifies stuff on my phone or anything I want to read. Zoom in. How do I do that? You go like that. Zoom in, zoom out. So I can do those types of things with this. I have another device. This. It's called a Versa, and it took me a while to gain the courage to take this out in class. But I take it out in my upper division French class only, and take it out every time in class, and kind of can put a piece of paper underneath that, and it zooms in, then I kind of write with that. So those are the things I need to do to be able to do the little things in life. Yeah, I've done things on a big scale, but the little things that we take for granted.
Braille? Do you think you'll ever learn Braille?
That's a good question.
Because there's a possibility with your sight going completely blind, or are you kind of trying not to focus on that right now?
I'm not focusing on Braille right now. I could try to learn it if I want to, and walking with a blind cane, but with the peripheral vision I do have, I'd rather not. All of my friends are fully sighted. I mean, I have a couple friends who are legally blind that I've met since I lost my sight, but a majority, if not all, of my friends are fully sighted. So I hang out with them. I don't want to learn Braille or walk with a cane. I just kind of I'll use them and rely on them on certain things like what does that say, what does that say, and I'm not afraid to ask with friends. So I'm okay with not knowing Braille right now, and we'll see when the time comes. Maybe when I graduate from college and kind of need to be more independent. I'll definitely need to get more courage when it comes to going to the grocery store by myself and doing things and cooking by myself, because I mean I'm not going to always be in this college atmosphere where I can just walk on campus, get some food, or just walk to 4.0 right over here and do stuff like that. It's definitely it's going to be a lot different after college. Yeah, you definitely, I think, we're somewhat dependent, but you can go to, there's the San Diego Center for the Blind on El Cajon Boulevard here, and they teach classes of how to cook on your own, how to do your laundry, how to do little things, crossing the street. I mean, there's O&M training, orientation and mobility training, and I've taken 2 courses with a woman who comes here, and we walk around together, and she teaches me how to cross the street in a safe way, and not just because sometimes when I first lost it, I would just run across and easy done it. But you gotta listen for which car goes when, and if you hear that car, then you know that way's green, and you gotta do this. So there's a lot of little things like that they can teach you to learn how to make things a lot easier.
Do you have any final messages you want to hit home on our viewers to know?
Yeah, for your viewers.
Our viewers, our 25 viewers.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think the messages will be spread, will go across pretty well, and I think that just that people shouldn't take things for granted, and things could always be worse no matter what the situation. I don't want anyone to see this video and think, oh, I feel bad for him. Don't. I mean, I'm so happy with my life, and I've done so many cool things, and hopefully there's no sympathy with this. I don't want any sympathy. I just want people to watch this and say, you know what, that's cool, and I should, hopefully it's maybe a reality check of, don't take things for granted and be happy with what you do have, because it could be stripped from you before you know it, and that's kind of what happened with me and my sight. But it's all about attitude. If you lose your sight like I did, I could have easily curled up in a ball. It would have been so easy. It would have been easier than being positive to just complain and mope, but if you have a positive attitude on tough situations, it kind of makes life better. It makes you realize, hey, I can handle anything. If I can handle this, I can handle a lot. So that's my message.